Cody here with my UFC 96 recap. Did not think I'd be doing one of these, but such an interesting card. I just had to put my thoughts in after it. So from where I picked up Maynard versus Miller, that was an interesting fight. A lot of people didn't think it was going to go like that, but I did pick Maynard to win, and he did win. He used his wrestling to keep from being taken down, and did pretty good on the stand-up, I thought. I thought he was really solid. I think some people were kind of underwhelmed by the fight, but I liked the fight. I thought it was a decent little fight for what it was. Miller got some of the better of the kicks at times, but Gray just kept at it and kept on punching away. And he had Miller bleeding pretty badly, too. So, Gray earned that. And Gray's going to be pretty hard at 155. I would love to see him match him up with Shirk or something like that. That would be a fight for me. And I think if Gray could get past Shirk, he would sadly have to fight his mentor, or depending on how Florian Penn goes, his mentor, which is BJ Penn. So yeah, good fight. Matt Brown versus Pete Sell. This is kind of a weird one. And I'm usually the last one to talk about it. I usually love Yves Levine's reffing, but Matt Brown comes in, just has Pete Sell rocked on the ground. He's pummeling him, and then Yves Levine pulls him off, kind of separates him, right? And then, he restarts the fight after Pete Sell's recovered a little bit. But really, Pete Sell hasn't fully recovered at all. So they just go back to fighting, and Matt Brown gets Sell down again, and then another time he gets him down. It's just really barbaric and stuff. And it went on for more than it should have. I think Yves Levine missed the opportunity to stop that fight because Sell was out. It's kind of like a standing KO. The guy wasn't all there. And even though at the end, though, it was funny, there's Matt Brown explained to everybody what happened and everything. And then there comes Sell, trying to say, I didn't get KO'd, I didn't get KO'd. And Matt Brown humored him and went along with his story. But moral of the story, Matt Brown's a very bad man. He's a bad man. And I like him a lot. Really big fan. And he got the win. That's as easy as it. That's just how it went. Just domination. So, yeah. Yves Levine let me down. Sad. Oh, they shot to the crowd, and Junie was in the crowd, and he had this skanky looking redhead next to him drinking. It was really funny. It's par for the course. Shane Carwin defeated Gabriel Gonzaga. I didn't see that KO coming. That's solid stuff. I say I have my ifs and buts about Shane Carwin, but I say he's ready for the next level. I was really impressed. I got that one wrong. I was way wrong on that one. And then we got our main event: Keith Jardine versus Rampage Jackson. I kind of broke it down. I wanted to point out Rashad is really good on the commentary. I really enjoyed his commentary, even though it was biased to Jardine. I liked him on the commentary. First round was a draw, kind of a boring round. I'm not going to get into much of it. Second round, Jardine recovers after getting taken down. I'll see, Keith is too tired to keep his hands up. I noticed in round two, Jardine just didn't have any kind of defense for his stand-up or anything. It's all very. Usually, he keeps it chest high, but it was low. It was really low for Jardine. So I don't know what was with that. I guess he was tired. He didn't look in the best shape out there. Jardine nailed Jackson in the balls. That's the purest ball shot I've seen in MMA. And the weird part was Jackson took a really short break. He didn't really want to take a long break. And I was kind of upset for him because I was like, hey, buddy, take a break. And right after that, then Jardine comes in and lands an uppercut, then starts getting some barrages on Rampage. But Rampage recovers. But I was thinking, he is going to be really pissed he didn't take that break if, this is how it ends. But luckily for Rampage in there, he was able to get out. I'd say Jackson won that round. It's hard to judge, but I give him the round. And the first round I thought was a draw. Pointed out Jardine's corner man sounds like a woman, which is really weird. I don't think it's Greg Jackson. It's someone else who was talking in front of him. All right. Third round. Nothing much until Jackson gets a takedown and Keith works himself up. Good for Jardine. Jardine scoring with the right leg. Bunch of right legs. I mean, just really predictable, though, for Jardine. Usually he likes to mix it up with left, rights. I didn't see nearly enough leg kicks from Jardine, especially after, Rampage didn't show much sign of any more takedowns after a while. In the third round, Jardine went for a weak takedown. Just went right for Jackson's waist, which was weird. You go for the legs, maybe even you go for a clinch to get a takedown. He went for the waist, which just seems like he was going to try to, power him down, which is a bad idea against Quentin. Rampage clips Keith near the end of the round to give him the edge in the scorecards. Although, even without that clip, I'd give that round to Rampage. And Rampage wins. On the interview there, Rampage says game plan was to sick him, but he never really sicked him. It was more standoffish, and kind of Jardine was on the outside of the whole time, coming in some, and and Jackson was kind of slowly stalking. So, if anything, it was like that. He says that the sicking didn't plan out. So, and then he made this weird thing about how he needed 3 rounds after ending Vanderlei so fast, which I didn't understand. I mean, it seems like you're a fighter, you want to finish it as quick as possible. Standoff. Oh, then Rashad went inside the cage, and they had a standoff for a while. Really intense. Evans is taller thanks to wearing shoes, dress shoes. He looked really pimp out there. He always dresses really nice. I don't know if his wife is behind that, but he always looks really nice, really like a prize fighter. But I think in that whole interaction, Rampage showed more class in the trash talking, which is refreshing. Rashad was talking about coming in with his hands down, giving Rampage a shot, and really cussing him out and stuff. And Rampage was like, "No, don't do that, don't do that. I want you at your best. I want you at your best." It's really funny. Overall tonight, I went 8-2, which is not bad. I think my biggest loss was that Shane Nelson, who was it? He beat who did Shane Nelson beat? It was controversial from what I hear. I gotta pull it up. He beat Aaron Riley. So they said that it was called too fast by TKO. And my other loss was Gabriel Gonzaga, which I picked. That guy, he's in limbo. Anyway, I was kind of at the end, I was kind of rooting for Jardine, because on MMA Playground I had a parlay going where I had Brills, I had Matt Brown, both of those guys had won, and then I had Jardine. And that parlay was going to give me a lot of fake money. But that didn't pan out because Jardine dropped the ball. Overall, that match was really lackluster, and I was thinking to myself, if this is what Rampage has for Rashad, I'm going to take Rashad, and I'm going to stick to that pretty much. I mean, if that's all he has for Rashad was what he gave to Jardine tonight, I like Rashad's chances. So, yeah, good fight night. Okay, fine. I recommend it, but, I mean, if you were just kind of depending on the main event to pan everything out, it didn't make up. But the rest of the card really helped prop the main event, which was kind of lackluster. The rest of the card was full of KOs and good fights and strong finishes. So, yeah, I'll talk to you later. Later!